Hey everyone, hope you're doing okay. I'm Blogger the Hut, and this is every new starship in the Mandalorian so far. So that's everything in seasons 1 to 3 and the book of BOBF. Now before we get started, I do want to thank some amazing folks on Twitter who've been helping me out with starship spotting, and I've linked to their profiles in the description. A particular shout out to Mel's Miniatures, who has a store where you can actually buy 3D models of a lot of the ships you'll be seeing in this video, so please do check that out. Okay, no surprise, our first starship is the ST-70 Razor Crest M111 assault ship, Din Djarin's starship of choice, designed of course by John Knoll, or at least who made the practical model. I do love the mix between big and clunky, but also the sleekness and the chrome finish, and obviously designed for cargo, for transporting bounties across the galaxy, but it is also pretty handy in a firefight, especially with Din Djarin behind the controls. It can take quite a beating, as we see there in that shot. You know, it's been beaten up, but it can still operate pretty well and managed to land through the turbulence of an Atmo landing. And yeah, just pretty nimble in combat, able to take out obviously much more agile starfighters. And it's obviously got those flaps which allow it to do some pretty nifty turns. Then we have this crane sort of looking ship, and there's another look at it there. Lots of small background ships we see here on Navarro. So we see some super blurry ships as Din travels on Pagadon. Then we have another Navarro background ship here, and in the next shot, I'm pretty sure based by the placement that these engines on the far right belong to that ship, but it's too hard to identify what it is. Okay, next ship on the right here is the Haroti D-85 freighter. This one is one we see quite a few times in the background. Here's a nice shot of it landing, probably one of the better shots, and there it is again on the right there. A ship on the left here, there's a quad jumper in the middle, but that ship on the left can't quite identify it. Then we have Riot Mars Starfighter. According to the Mandalorian handbook, it's kind of a custom built starfighter, so but we don't have a model name for it yet, but pretty cool that we got some starfighter action in season 1. Then we have the New Republic ship. We don't have a designation yet, but this one is individual ship is named Bodlin 5. The engines are CEC, so it's probably a Corellian design. And here's another shot of it going over the Carthon chop fields. Then we have the Roost, this space station about to get blown up by the X-Wings. So we have the Outland TIE fighter. So this is based on some concept art Doug Chang did for The Force Awakens. That was originally his concept for what the First Order TIE fighters could be. It's adapted here, and I do like the sort of the in-universe reasoning behind it, that you know, they don't have these launch tubes on every single Imperial base or starship anymore, so you do need it here. And here's some more in season 2 taking off from the Navarro base, and it does make sense, and it is a really cool design. So next we have on Trask, we have these transports to the right of Razor Crest, and some more in the background. There's a clearer shot of it here. Now Mel actually pointed out that these are basically Zeta class cargo shuttles with the wings removed. Here's a few more of them in the background over there. There we have the new Imperial landing craft. I really like this design. I like that it's hinting that it's sort of a precursor to the sort of a dropship we see in The Force Awakens. And then we also saw them in Obi-Wan Kenobi, so we get confirmation that they are an older Imperial design. And there's Boba Fett just taking them out just for fun. They're not too impervious to Mandalorian rockets. few more background ships here on Lafayette. There's that one there. Then we have this one in the center. This one appears a few times in this series and also in Andor. We get a few other looks at it just to the right of the Comeric there. And there's one parked on the left there. We get a closer shot of it. And we also see one coming into land. Probably the best shot we get. Unfortunately, it's a rear view shot. Another ship to the right here on Lafayette. It's pretty obscured by whatever structure there is in front of it, but could well be a new design. Also some ships in the background there. Then a few small ships in Mos Espa. There's the first one there. Another one flying overhead here. Quite a few of these just little ships. Some of them are too small to make out. There's that one there. And also there's this one, which looks a bit like an action for like the wild card from Legends, but too hard to tell. Then we have the transport liner from the Book of Boba Fett. Kind of the only real main ship we got. Was really nice to see it. So the two levels, so obviously able to fit in quite a few passengers there. I do love the detailing we got on this one. Probably one of the most detailed ships we see in the series as a whole. And there it is, landing on Mos Espa. Yeah, lots of cool details on this one, like the radar dish on the top and then the landing gear coming out. And of course there's some nice close-ups as Din buzzes it with his brand new fighter. Then we have Glyvus, this massive sort of ring-shaped structure. I'm always a bit confused by this shot. It says it's a ring, but here it looks like it's almost more of a hook shape, but it's hard to tell whether that's just like an orbital mirror or something. Obviously lots of ships in the background here as well, but too many to make out. But just a really, really cool design. Also possibly, if it is a full-on sort of ring orbiting a star, then this is potentially the biggest structure we've ever seen in Star Wars. If it is going all the way around a star, then this is way, way bigger than even a Death Star or Starkiller Base. Then we have in Season 3 the landing fields on Navarro. I've done a full breakdown of every ship, and again thanks to the folks on Twitter who've helped me identify a number of these ships. So I'm just going to put these shots in as they come, but yeah, so head over to my blog for a more detailed analysis. Then we have probably one of my favourite ships, this kind of like spider crab looking ship. Then we have the new fighters, lots of footage of these. These are just really, really cool pirate design. I love how sort of compact they are. I love the sort of the angles of them with the fins at the back and the kind of spread out front fingers and this really kind of, I don't know, predatory look, but really, really unique. Definitely different to the kind of X-Wings and TIE Fighter designs. It gives them that real kind of outer rim pirate look. There's a nice shot of them taking off from the cruiser, so you just get picked off slowly by Din. And my favourite shot of all is just the Mandalorian surfing a downed fighter. Then the Cumulus class Corsair, again, really great design. A few folks, me included, thought it might have been inspired by the Eclipse, but that was quickly shot down by the design team. But just really, really cool design. Just love the stripy pattern of it as well, gives it a unique feel. And the way it can launch fighters from the top deck as well, and all those sort of missile tubes coming out from underneath with the turbo lasers on top made it a real threat. And this is just pure joy watching this ship in action as it was slowly taken down by the Mandalorians. And lastly, this Quarren freighter, again really cool, kind of like that sort of Mon Calamari-ish design, but a little bit different with all the bumps, but definitely it's its own design, so kind of that familiar but different, hinting that it's Quarren, not Mon Calamari. And that is it, apart from a bunch of Coruscant background ships, which I've included. If you're a completionist like me, then it's all there. I'm not going to break down every one because there's millions of them. And if you have watched my vehicles video, then you've already seen all this footage, so feel free to hop off at this point. But I do have more Mandalorian videos coming out soon. And also I'll be covering Ahsoka when that's done, so if this kind of thing interests you, then feel free to subscribe and you'll get notifications when more videos come out. If you want to send some positive endorphins to my brain, then you can hit the like button as well, but for now, just thank you very much for watching.